Yeah, so my video got cut off somehow. I don't know why, but nevertheless, it's literally a spin of the wheel. Is where I was leaving off as I was saying that when you play Russell Westbrook, it is a spin of the wheel. Welcome to BDF 44's channel. I wanted to finish that thought, but nevertheless, it's the second half of a cut off video, as I said. But we were talking about Russell Westbrook, the Clippers, the Lakers, and the various different things that the Lakers would ultimately end up seeing, and the Clippers being one of their opponents with a weak interior defensive situation, which means the Clippers, to me, still have the same problems. Zubac and Plumlee is not going to hold you down in the paint. They're not going to hold you down defensively. And I think the Lakers and any other team would be able to attack them just like the Lakers did against Dallas, where they would go into the interior and test Wood, test Luka, test whoever was in there, because they didn't have the interior defense to stop us, and they refused to play JaVale McGee. So my thing is, Clippers have the same problem, and I think some of these teams in the Western Conference, I'm looking at them, Denver Nuggets. I like Aaron Gordon a little bit playing defense, but Jokic is not defending anybody in the paint. Like these teams that everybody's super high on, or some of these teams that have these really, really good inflated records that reflect a weak Western Conference that is no longer since these trades have been made. They're going down. Their records aren't real. Denver Nuggets record isn't real. Why? Because the opponents that they faced, as I said, are significantly different now. They got to match up differently. They ain't playing the same teams they won 50 games, 40 games, whatever they had before the trades. Nah, these are different teams they got to face now. And they don't necessarily match up as well against these teams as they did against a small ball Laker team and a Phoenix team with no Chris Paul and no Kevin Durant. Like these teams weren't around. No Kyrie on Dallas. These teams weren't around. Now they got to adjust to that. And I think the record's going to be adjusted because of it. Same thing I said about the Boston Celtics. It ain't the same team. Now you got to deal with an inflated a New York team that has some better players. Now you got to deal with an inflated Charlotte team. The overall floor, your conference is better. So whatever you had going on in the first half of the season, you got to deal with it now in a different way. So for me, looking at the Clippers and Dallas and Denver and Memphis, it's like some of y'all teams, they don't have interior defense. They do not have interior defense. Clippers have no interior defense. Denver has suspect interior defense. The Golden State Warriors, depends on how Draymond is playing. It depends on how well those guys are going, but they're not overly talented interior defensive teams. So teams that can attack them inside are going to have the success, in my humble opinion. It's the teams with interior defensive and offensive rebounding capabilities that are really dangerous to me. Because the rest of these teams are just going to be living and dying with 3-point shot and hoping to God that teams don't figure out that they can get easy buckets at a high percentage against them. All you got to do is do what LeBron did against the Dallas Mavericks yesterday over and over again to some of these teams. And they're going to lose their leads. Whatever it is they gain from shooting threes, they're going to lose from not defending the paint. So that's what's going to happen. They end up fouling and end up sitting down a lot of players that they have no business sitting down because of it. So this is what I'm telling you. Clippers, Mason Plumlee didn't get it done. We watched what happened against Denver. We watched how the Sacramento Kings were able to repeatedly kill you in the paint. Y'all didn't answer your problem. You didn't get an answer for that. As we said, Dallas, much has been said. So it's like these are the teams. I look at Memphis, they're serious because they got that. But what's up with Steven Adams, so some of these teams I'm just not super excited about. Obviously, you look at Ayton, Okogie, Kevin Durant, so you feel like they'll have a chance to guard the paint a little bit. Wainwright, big arms and shoulders, you expect they would have some success. Portland, team that I keep telling everybody to watch out for, who has a similar record as the Lakers, but has the interior presence to stop players and the ability to shoot, as we've seen on high display as of late with Dame going for 71, 13 3-point shots. So, like, these are the type of things I'm saying, look, when I look at what they got in Jeremy Grant, I look at what they got in regards to Ebanks and the way he's flying around out there, picking up Cam Reddish and the length that he provides. I don't know what's going on with their center situation. I know that he went down again. I can't think of his name, but their center went down again. So it's one of those situations where it's like I told them not to sign him. That was the one signing they definitely shouldn't have got. You should have got Nurkic, who I'm talking about, a dear friend home, because that contract was not the one. But nevertheless, and if he can get back 100%, I think this is a team that has some real good interior defensive play. So they will be able to stop some of the onslaught that's ultimately coming at them when teams try to attack the way that I'm saying they're going to be able to with some of these other contenders. So, Sacramento, dangerous. Why? Because they got like 8 centers and nobody even knows his rotation. They keep coming up with different players. And that's why Sacramento's in 3rd place. And I'm going to remind everybody this. Sacramento has one of the deepest teams in all of basketball because they do what they're supposed to do in regards to they keep a good rotation of players that they have on their roster versus guys that keep in the G League, and they rotate them a lot. So they're always healthy. They're always really able to withstand injury, especially to their front court. Neemias Queta, Sabonis, who else, man? There's a million of them. Alex Len, they just keep coming. And nobody pays attention to them because they're in Sacramento. Like the beam, yeah. But no, what they really are doing is being able to heal up ever so comfortably and keep guys very fresh legs all year long because they never had the same players on their bench at any given moment. It's always different people. And so that's why Sacramento is getting where they're getting. It's because they know how to keep people fresh better than everybody else. With that being said, all of the centers that they have to throw at you, they're never going to have a problem with some of these issues that I said some of these other teams like the Clippers and Dallas have, where they only got like 2 centers on their team and everybody else is just hoping to God that guys don't make layups. Ain't the problem, Sacramento. Sacramento got plenty of people to stop you from doing that. And so that's one of those situations where it's like, I know Sacramento could get to the Western Conference Finals off of health alone. They're going to be healthier and fresher than everybody else, and nobody sees it coming. So these are the type of things just like you pay attention to. I look at OKC. They got plenty of rim protection. It's just a bunch of kids. Nobody knows who they are. But when you start looking at the ability for these guys to step up and start being themselves at any given moment, you realize that they got one of the most talented teams in basketball. It's just waiting for all those guys to bloom and how many of them can they keep. And then you're looking at their situation and saying, okay, they got a lot of guards. Which one's going to be the chief? Obviously they have a real closer. They got real continuity with those 2 guards, but I think they have too many good guards. They can't get the most out of their roster. But who cares? A good problem to have. If they don't make the playoffs, or they got Wembanyama, pair him up with Chet Holmgren, you feel great. So these are the type of things like win-win for them. They don't care if they make the playoffs or not. But if for some reason you're matched up against them and you try to attack their interior, they got the players to throw at you. They got them. So it's like I'm going up against them in this situation. And then there's the New Orleans Pelicans, who've struggled all year long, but I know are a top-heavy bunch. So all they really need is for Zion Williamson to come back, and they can string together 15 wins in a row and win the whole championship. Nobody sees that coming. You probably shouldn't see it coming because Zion ain't been healthy all year, and they probably want to shut him down because of it, with the 2nd or 3rd setback to his injury. But let's face it, if for some reason they make the playoffs, and you look up and they're still playing in April, he could come back and he could get them out of the first round, just like that. And so that's an extremely dangerous team, even though they're struggling and doesn't look like they're going to stop struggling anytime soon to me. But, they're dangerous, man, with the type of players they got. You don't want them to be in the 8th spot and you're Denver. You do not want to see New Orleans, especially if for some reason Zion is coming back. They're just as dangerous of an 8th seed as we are, and nobody sees it. I do. So these are things I'm paying attention to, man. We just want to make sure that everybody knows that the Western Conference, the whole conference needs to win. And I look at the Phoenix Suns. I don't know. KD ain't back yet. Chris Paul, he's healthy. Devin Booker's healthy. For how long? Ayton. Obviously, he's the one piece I don't have as much questions about, but he's going to have to play a lot of defense, as we said. So these are the type of things, just like, as a Laker fan, I feel really good. The only thing that troubles me is Bron's injury, which is a huge thing. But if for some reason we're able to get him back at a high level, keep everybody else healthy, I think our roster matches up with everybody in the West. And I think we can attack them in ways they don't want us to. And that's really what it comes down to. None of these teams scare me at all. None of them. Even the ones with the best stars have glaring weaknesses. And so we just got to be able to take advantage of those and not get in our own way as a Laker team. So that is my thought, man. I appreciate everybody rocking with me. Obviously, these videos were not supposed to be 2. Weren't supposed to be split. But it is what it is. And that's the end of the combo. BDF44, I thank you all for watching. I'm out.